So if this type of derivative comes up in your leaving cert, it can be a little bit tricky. Now it'll only come up with the higher level course where you're asked to differentiate log, natural log. ln is the only thing we're ever asked to differentiate. So that is essentially the same thing as log base e. But sometimes most of the time they'll write it as ln, but they can write it as log base e. The quickest and easiest way to differentiate this is, now first off we'll write our notation, is to go 1 over whatever's after the natural log here. So just write that exactly again. Multiply by the derivative of the stuff inside the brackets. So the derivative of this stuff should be fairly easy for you. So that's 2x plus 2. And we might finish it off then just by multiplying the top and the bottom. So essentially that's 2x plus 2 over 1. So we end up with 2x plus 2 over x squared plus 2x. No need to simplify unless they specifically ask you. I would never simplify unless they ask me in case I might make a mistake. This is a nice one. You'll probably be asked a slightly more difficult one. If I had to guess, it might look something like this one. So if we differentiate this, the rules are still the same. Maybe I might write it like this first, just to help me. You may be familiar with differentiating square roots. We change them to powers of a half. So something like this. So the method remains the same. So we write our notation first. 1 over whatever that stuff is there after the log. So sine x to the power of a half. Now, we multiply by the derivative of this guy here. Now, this stuff here is chain rule. I hope you're familiar with chain rule, but I'll give you an easy way to do chain rule within this. So it is like the chain rule within the chain rule, but don't think like that. So half comes down to the front of the bracket. Okay? The stuff in the brackets gets left alone. Power reduces by 1. So we go from a half back by 1 minus a half. And then we multiply again by the derivative of the stuff inside the brackets here. The derivative of 1 is 0. The derivative of sine x is cos of x. Okay? That's done, but we may have to simplify it. If you just want to get that far, that is an answer to the derivative of that. But to simplify it requires a little bit more algebra skills. But I'll show you how I might do it. So, again, I'm not differentiating here, I'm just changing it around. I'm not going to do anything to this first part. I'm going to leave that as the fraction it is. So, that's like that. Now, the half here, write it like this. So, keep the 1 on top, the 2 is on the bottom. So, we'll just write it like that. This stuff here, it's a negative power. To make that power back positive, we bring it under the line. So we can actually move this stuff underneath a 1. And we can go like this. And now it becomes a positive half power.